And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. It's me, Ghost Critic, back for another week. I hope your comic book pull list was satisfactory this week. Mine was a bit up and down, to be fair. Going straight into it, we're going to talk about Dark Horse presents their anthology series. The second one has come out. Now, regular viewers will no doubt, maybe, have seen my mini-pod vlog of the first issue. I did a whole video just on the first one because I think it basically needed it. There was a lot, obviously, with it being an anthology, there's a lot of stories in it, and I just wanted to cover them all and give my views on them. The second anthology, it's a bit... I'm not quite sure whether I'm going to pick up the next one. It's 80 pages long, and that really doesn't daunt me in any way. I mean, I can read a graphic novel in a day, and that's twice, 3 times as long. But I had real trouble reading this. I kept putting it down, coming back to it, putting it down. The stories this time just didn't seem to grab me, and a lot of them are continuations from the first one. But there just seemed to be more filler in it than actual, decent stories. And I know this is always kind of the problem with anthologies, in the sense that you've only got like what is basically a soundbite, 6 or 7 pages to tell the next part of the story. So you really have to either not get very far with it, or you have to cram everything in and overload your reader. And I think this is what's happened, in that a lot of them, they've crammed a lot in. There were a couple of new ones that I was quite interested in. The number 13 storyline that starts off with Robert Love writing and co-drawing, which was interesting. There was another one. Is it Rotten Apple? I think it was Rotten Apple. It's a kind of another zombie type affair. Yes, it is Rotten Apple. Which, you could say has been done to death, but it was still quite interesting, quite exciting. Then the artwork was nice on it, and the nice last big splash page of all these very weird masked kind of mercenaries was quite fun to look at. But again, there was, what was it called? Dark What's It of the Underworld of the Wraith. A kind of cheeky look at... No, you're not going to see that, I won't bother. This kind of parody on Batman basically being an absolute douchebag. And it lasted, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages. And it tried to be funny. Didn't really work. Oh well, I'm not sure. I mean, this is £6 a pop, so you want at least 90% of this to be good. I didn't really think that was the case this time. On to Ultimate X, and who knew it's only a 5-issue series? Oh damn. Right, let's get the good stuff out of the way first. The artwork is phenomenal. You cannot go wrong with Adams. I mean, this is just beautiful. It's the best thing about it, and has been the best thing about this series throughout. And that's the good stuff out of the way. April 2010, the first issue came out. I don't believe there was any intimation of this being a limited series. This was an ongoing as far as I was concerned. Over a year later, they finally got to issue 5, and it's over. And at the back you've got the senior editor Mark Paniccia slapping everyone on the back, saying, oh, you've done a really great job, it's been an exciting collaboration, blah 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 blah. No, I would be smacking these guys around saying, why the hell didn't this come out on time? Why the hell did a story not exactly emerge from this title? I mean, you get 4 issues of what are basically origin stories of these new characters, and then this issue, which is a couple of fights that really came out of nowhere. And the art saved this title big time. I just feel really let down, to be honest. I was excited about this title. I like the idea of this new X-Men team with like younger versions, characters that they've taken out from other Ultimate titles. But at the end, it's just like, well, what happened? Where was the story? Maybe this, when the new Ultimate line gets restarted again, we'll see these characters and this will go on. But why it couldn't have stuck with this title and kept going, get someone new writing it, drawing it, it might not be good, it might be even better. But felt very let down by this. Moving on, Amazing Spider-Man number 664. I actually like this. It was fun. It's one of those kind of Marvel team-ups with people you don't necessarily put together. Obviously, Anti-Venom and Spider-Man and this Wraith character. And it is just a fun ride. It's entertaining. The artwork's very nice. What's his name? Cameron Coley does a great job on the artwork. There's very nice action sequences in here. It moves along very fast. Reveals are revealed, especially in the case of the Wraith and who this masked person really is. And we're just heading along now, chuntering along until we get to Spider Island, which, I'm sorry guys, I'm super stoked about. I am looking forward to this. Especially the nice little kind of like 3-page bit at the back, the kind of infested 3-page little snippet we always get in the back of these with, what's his name? The Kung Fu guy. And Spider-Man getting his own like style of karate, whatever, and then we get a little brief glimpse of Madam Web, who's in the background watching this. Just a great title. It's fun. Pick it up. I liked it. What else is there to say? Justice Society of America, issue 52. Gorgeous cover. I have to say, when I saw that cover I thought, oh, nice, I hope that's what's inside. But of course it's not. I've got a problem with the artwork again. It's just so, I really don't know how to describe it. I don't know whether they're trying to go for a kind of retro feel. It does feel very bland. I think that's the only word. I'm not excited by it at all. The storyline is kind of moving slowly along. You find out who has caused Mr. Terrific to not be so terrific anymore. And that gets a little scary. Then we've got an introduction of the challenges of the unknown with the whole mystery door and what's behind it underneath the monument. And then at the end, I mean, I don't know, is this the very last issue before the reboot? Because we know this doesn't survive in the reboot, though Mr. Terrific does. It's just the case at the end. You've got Mr. Terrific deciding to teach himself to be brainy again by watching cartoons. And then from the corner, there's a white light come out of the window. And you were like, what's that? And then at the end, it says, not the end. Which makes me think, yes, this is the very last issue. Kind of went out a bit, but maybe it's going to be picked up in the Mr. Terrific title. But I'm not going to know, because I'm not going to be picking that one up. He's not a character I was particularly interested in. I don't see the point in picking this up. Finally, and pick of the week. Oh, and it's so good. It's Zombie. It's issue number 4. And, you know, this title could have gone wrong on so many levels. Basically because it's an exposition title, episode. You are going to get in this title the backstory of Annie, who's caused all these problems for Zombie and all the nuns, etc. And we find out where she's come from, why she's done what she's done. And it's very wordy, it's very steeped in, you know, backstory, but it is an amazing read. I mean, John Rosen is writing the hell out of this. It draws you in, you want to know what's going on. It's a very exciting read. And I've said this time and time again, I never used to be a fan of Fraser Irving's drawings, artwork. I used to despise it. I was like, oh, this is just wrong, it doesn't look right. Whenever I've seen him drawing something else, I thought it doesn't fit. He fits in this title so well. It has that eerie, washed out, creepy look that suits this book to the ground. It's just a shame this isn't going to last very long. There are rumours that it's going to be picked up again later on next year. Fingers crossed that's correct, and it's with the same creative team, because this has been my title basically for 2011. I wouldn't be surprised if come the end of the year when I do my best of video, this is going to be rating very highly. Given that it's starting to wrap up before the 52 relaunch, I'd now wait until it comes out in a trade graphic novel, unless you find a way to pick up all of the issues in one go. You won't be disappointed. Great title. So that's it for comic news, comic reviews I should say. I've been doing loads of other things comic related, especially I've been reading a lot of graphic novels again. Just a quick look at what I've been reading. I was bought this as a present very nicely from my other half. It's the hardback edition of Joker by Brian Azzarello. Fantastic read. This is just Joker madness, crazy, you know, totally screwed up as you would expect from this guy. The artwork kind of mirrors the storyline. It's Azzarello, so it was dark, it's gritty, it's bloody. If you have not read this, I know it's been out a long time, I've only just picked this up. Go pick it up. Highly recommended. I've been rereading these anyway, but was given that the Swamp Thing is coming back, it's an ideal for me to be catching up on this. I managed to get issue, I think it's volume 7 and 8 of the Swamp Thing saga going back many years. This is not anymore at the Alan Moore run. This is what's his name, Rick Veitch, finishing off the Swamp Thing saga way back when Alan Moore restarted and reinvented the Swamp Thing. But I was lucky enough to get these for about £5 or £6 a piece, so that was a big bargain. I've read them already and they are just fantastic. Harking back to a very inventive, creative time. Mucho enjoyed. And finally, on the graphic novels, I picked these up because they're just a fun read, and you know, it's from a more innocent time. It's volume 9 of the Batman Chronicles, and for anyone who's not seen this before, these are the 1940s. It's basically all the Batman stories, as it says, in the exact order of publication, and it's going right back to the start in the 40s. These, you know, you're not going to get any deep storylines here. Things are going to be wrapped up very easily and quickly, but they're just a fun read, and you know, I can just sit, read a couple of these while I'm having a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. Fun. And in other news, I don't know if anyone's seen the very slick advert that DC have brought out for their new 52 launch. I've actually only ever seen it on YouTube and obviously on a couple of comic book sites that I read. But it does kind of raise the question. They the whole premise of this 52 relaunch is to draw in new readers. Now, I don't know where else they're going to be advertising this relaunch, but currently they seem to be only marketing it to actual comic book readers. If you're not into comic book reading, you're not going to suddenly go onto Newsarama. You're not suddenly going to go onto CBR and see this advert. I don't honestly think you're going to look at it if it was on YouTube, unless you were already in comics. So there is kind of this ironic type of, not ironic, but hypocritical, I suppose, nature of this advert, where it's only being thrown at people who are already into comics, given you're going to be picking them up, really. Come on, guys, you know you are. These comics anyway, so I can't see how this advert so far is going to be bringing in new readers. Obviously, they're not going to advertise it over here in the UK. The market here surely isn't worthy enough of the US DC to bother throwing some advertising money over here. I'd like to know if it is being advertised anywhere else, like on your cable channels, your TV channels, whatever. At the cinema over there, is it getting advertised over there? But at the moment, it seems a little bit. Oh well. Other things, what have I done again? I don't know why. YouTube is great. I like watching all you guys' videos. Sometimes I don't obviously have the time to just sit there and watch and listen. So I've suddenly gone into podcasts, which is nice because I can just put it on and do whatever I need to do around the house at the time, whether it's cook dinner, ironing, chores, all that kind of stuff. And there's a place called, I think it's the Comic Network Podcast, or the Comic Podcast Network. But basically it lists all the most recent podcasts that I presume are affiliated with this site. And I've just been having a great time listening to these guys and gals just chat about comics in general. I can pick and choose which ones look interesting enough, and I've been having quite an enjoyable time with that. Kind of makes me want to do one myself, but unfortunately no one else to talk to about comics. But hey, I've got you guys here on YouTube. That will have to suffice for now. And finally, because this video is dragging on a little bit now, I just want to say thank you to everyone who watched my last video on Ultimate Spider-Man 160. I've had over 300 views on that, which is just blows me away. There was some nice chat on there. Thank you very much. I tried to reply to everyone on there, and it's just been nice. And thank you to all these new subscribers I'm getting. It's much appreciated. What I will say, and this isn't a slight, I appreciate them, but I'm getting a lot of friend requests, which I think is a bit weird. I don't mind subscribing to me, obviously, but being friends and I haven't even spoken to you yet, it's a bit strange. I usually add people who as friends who I've chatted to and who, banter with on the comments below. So, yeah, subscribe, please. Friend requests, I don't know what to do with them, really. It's a bit... But hey, thank you anyway. Again, thank you for everyone who watched the Ultimate Spider-Man vlog for the death of... I think it's my best video views-wise, anyway, since I started. I've got another video that's got more, but I really don't know why. It's very strange. I don't know if anybody wants to go and have a look on my channel. There's one that I did months and months and months ago, and it's got well over 300, but it's got no comments, no likes, and I just wonder where are all these views coming from and why. But not that I'm not appreciative, but hey, we're coming up to the 20-minute mark. I've got to be out of here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and you're new, subscribe. If you're new, you're old, you've been here for ages, comment, like the video. Go over onto Twitter, retweet it for me. Get my message out there. Until next week, it's me, Ghost Critic, signing out. See ya.